in part one of the 2022 Canes opponent preview series, we're going to preview the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats, our opponent on September 3rd at Hard Rock Stadium in Mario Cristobal's home debut as a head coach and debut as a Miami Hurricane coach. Let's put it this way, folks. There's not much to say about Bethune-Cookman. They went 2-9 last year. Terry Sims is back over there. So basically, if there's one player to watch for Bethune-Cookman, it's got to be Kamari Everett, the tight end. He led their team with 876 receiving yards and 10 TDs a year ago. But let's put it this way. As it comes to this game, there's just too much firepower. They could be an early season test against our linebackers, but aside from that, this is a game they should have no trouble winning, and this game should be won very easily. Let's put it this way. But I think Bethune's going to have another long year. When you look at the numbers from last year, Bethune-Cookman was 136th in passing, 223rd in rushing, and 198 in yards per game. I mean, that's terrible. That's pitiful. When you're 2-9 like they were last year, I mean, there's nowhere to go but up. And Terry Sims has them going in the right direction. I really feel he does. But at the end of the day, it's just way too much. In the end, I think another long season. When you look at their schedule for Bethune-Cookman, I mean, their schedule, when you look at their schedule is not promising. I mean, they go to Jackson State. When you look at who they play, and it's not going to be much there. Not much to say about them per se. But really, when you look at their season, they have a tough 4-game stretch. They home openers a week later against South Carolina State. Then they get Grambling. Then they go to Alabama A&M. Then they go up to face Eddie George and Tennessee State before Dion comes to town October 15th. And that game, as I understand it, will be in Jacksonville. So that could be big there. But when you look at them, I mean, there's really not much there for Bethune-Cookman this year. I expect another long year from them. And when you look at the numbers, I mean, there's no reason to think when you look at their schedule after that. I mean, their schedule is pathetic. I mean, their schedule is absolutely horrible. I mean, what else to say? I mean, I think Terry Sims is doing what he can, but really, Bethune-Cookman's not really much there. There's not really much to say about Bethune-Cookman in 2022. But when I look at their schedule, I'll come back to the schedule again. They get Dion. Dion comes to Jacksonville. And again, their final home game is November 5th against Alabama State. And they conclude against Alcorn State, the road portion, November 12th. Of course, then they have FAMU in the Florida Classic, November 19th. Now, Terry Sims said the following about his schedule. Quote, "Love the flow of our schedule this season. It is filled with great football teams, full of great football players and great coaches. I am excited about another opportunity to coach my guys and watch them play." See, he uses our game, September 3rd, as a measuring stick. When you play a team like Miami at the start of the season, it increases the speed that you play and the clocks in our players' heads. I love to play games like this. It gives us a kickstart going into the season. He says this to their fan base: "We are going to put an exciting project on the field this year. We will be competitive and win games for our fans. We need their full support in every game." Basically, I think he's going to get better, but I think they're still a long way off. They were 2-9 last year. When I look at that schedule this year, they play. I'm going to say they get better. I think they're going to go maybe, I say 4-7 or 5-6. That's my prediction for this year for Bethune. I'm going to say, be on the optimistic side, they'll get better. I'm going to go 5-6 in 2022. In part 2 of the series, we will preview the Southern Miss Golden Eagles.